This is Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, and I am here today with a special edition of all of my favorite things. These are cross stitch and quilting, mostly cross stitch materials that I use in my everyday cross stitching journey. Some of the things are items that I use to finish with. Some of them are things I use to stitch with, and some are just the extras. And I've had a lot of questions on different materials that I use or items, and I thought it would be fun to have one place for people to go to find the links, and I will link as much of this below as I can, along with, since Christmas is coming, this would be a good place to send your loved ones to, or friends, or stitchy friends, or get ideas to gift others some of the things that you might want to be using in your cross stitch journey. So I know I said I wasn't gonna have a video this week, but surprise, this is going to be a special release that I was able to film. So join me today. I will, like I said, I'll have everything linked below, but feel free to write down any of the things. And I tried to gather everything I could. So if I forget something that I have in the past mentioned that I use, feel free to send me a message and I'll be happy to find a link and link it below so it all can be compiled in this one video description box for you guys to find. All right, so the first thing I want to share is a little bit about my floss. And so one of the things that is my favorite is my DMC color card. And this is the color card that has all of the floss on it. So you can actually feel, you can see the colors of the floss. And this specific one I ordered directly from DMC, and I know there are other places, and I'm not sure where the link will take you that I find, but it was not that expensive, and it is well worth it. It's really nice when you're trying to change colors or match colors. So I do have a lot of DMC, but I don't have every single color. So if I am looking for colors in a pattern, and for instance, if I'm looking for color 3779 and I don't have that, I can go to my overdyed and I can match it as close to that color. So this comes in handy. It also comes in handy just to know what kind of color are they looking for. Sometimes the pictures don't necessarily do the stitching justice on the covers, and so this will tell you it's a blue, and maybe in the picture it doesn't look blue. So this will give you the actual DMC color. So this is one of my favorite things, and I use this, you can already tell I haven't even had it that long, and it's very well loved. I think I use this almost every single time I pull colors for a pattern. So this is number one. And then the next thing, and I've talked about these a lot and I've had a lot of questions about them, are my clear drawers that sit behind me. And these have all of my over-dyed floss in them. And I have them sectioned by design, or by creator, and then also in the colors. So this is Classic Colorworks. I have another one with all Classic Colorworks, and I have Weeks in one, Gentle Arts, Color and Cotton, and then I have some miscellaneous in the top one. But it's all done by color, and then it's also divided by the maker of the floss. When I go to pull floss for a project, unless I'm looking for a specific color, which sometimes I am, if I'm just looking for a red, I'll go to the red drawers and then I'll find the color I'm looking for. Classic Colorworks, I'm the most familiar with the colors, so a lot of times I know if I'm like for reds, If I want a bright red, I like ribbon red. If I like a darker red, I like cherry cobbler. So I kind of know the colors I like, but this makes it really helpful. And these clear plastic containers are from Michaels, and I believe they're actually meant for washi tape, but they're perfect for floss. And you could also store DMC in here as well. But within the, this one has so much in it, but there are 3 sections within this. So this is all pinks and reds, so it's kind of just all mixed together, but you could have pinks, blues, purples, or something like that. And that is how my color and cotton is, because I don't have as much color and cotton as some of the other ones. So that is my other part pertaining to floss. And then this goes along with the floss as well, are my floss tags. So when if I'm using an over dyed that already has a tag, a lot of times I'll leave the tag. If I am cutting DMC or silk, I will use floss tags. So these are one of them, and I've shared these before. These are like gift tags from, I'm pretty sure these are from Michaels, but they're a little bit thicker than the ones I did buy at Hobby Lobby, so I will link these. Then these are some Christmas ones, and these are from the paper craft section at Hobby Lobby, and they're the perfect size to do a hole down at the bottom. And these are some of the other ones, like the white ones, and these I've already punched the hole at the bottom. But the reason I like these are because they already have the top punch, so all you have to do is punch the hole at the bottom. And then these are some that I made myself, and I simply took a picture, I had it on the front, and then I put my logo on the back, and you can put other information. And these are business cards I had printed from Vista Print. A lot of times Vista Print has sales on their business cards, and that's all that this is. And I did choose the rounded edges, and I have some other ones on some projects that are square, so you can also make them square. And you can put whatever picture you want on the front. And these are for my personal use. So I feel like you have a little bit more freedom on what you put on the front. If you were selling these, then you would need to make sure that your picture you would be able to sell the card with the picture on the front. But these are some of my favorites. And then these are the Floss Flowers from Be In My Bonnet. And I like to wind my silk MPI on these. And it just helps them to stay neater, I think. And I got this idea from Lori Holt, actually. She winds hers on there. So I have these as well. All right, that is all pertaining to floss. And then, and I'm pulling this all out of this bag, and I'll show you the bag at the end. Some of my favorite needles. We all know and love the Pat Carson needles, which unless it's in a project and I don't know it's a Pat Carson needle anymore, I don't have any more packs of them. So I have turned to Bohin, the 28. I really am liking the size 28 needles, even for 28 count thread, fabric, because I feel like I can get my needle in there. And these I have a decent size eye to get the floss through, even 2 strands. And then I've also been using the Piecemakers, which I like these, size 28. And then I do not have a EdMar tube, but I also like the EdMar needles, and I'll link those below. And then I found these the other day, and I used them, and they're not bad, but it was a little bit hard to thread the eye. And these are the John James gold plated 28, but they're not the petite. They're like a regular size. So these were pretty good. My store did not have any more Bohin, so I needed some needles, so I picked these up. But I'll link these below. There's nothing wrong with them. These were a little bit harder to thread. But so those were a good size. Let's see. Okay, here's one more thing with the needles. This is something that I made, and I will link the video. This was a little bit of an adaptation. So, Linen and Scraps, they had a video, Molly and Kathy, on how to make a floss keeper, I think it was, or floss book. And I made one using their same tutorial, but I made it into a needle book. So I have, and I don't really have anything in here, but I have this in my bag. But it's chipboard, scrapbook paper. I had some felt, or I'm sorry, wool, and then I put a library card in here. But this is just a little paper needle book. So I'll link to their video on making the floss books. But this is another idea using their same tutorial. So I really like having this, and I need to put some of my needles in there as well. All right, so that is all of that. Okay, then this kind of goes into the fabric, and I didn't bring any fabric over here, but some of my favorite are 36 count and 32, and I really like Zweigart based fabric. So lots of linen dyers use Zweigart, needle and flax, fiber on a whim. I'm trying to think, Picture This Plus, I believe all of those are with Zweigart. Another one of my favorites is Legacy Fiber Arts, LFA linen, and you can purchase her linen through Happy Little Stitch Shop and also Treehouse Fiber Arts, and that's some really nice linen. She also has Ada, and all of these, they also come in Ada as well, and they're all hand dyed. I also just like basic flax, which is a neutral. R&R, I've enjoyed stitching on Seraphim. That could be its own video on all the colors that I like and trying to show the colors. Linen colors, I feel like, are really hard to show on a video. So I try to watch other people's videos and see their stitching on the pieces, and then I make notes for when I'm either looking on Etsy or websites to add some fabric to my stash, and I'll go searching for the specific colors. So that would be an idea to find colors that you like if you're not able to go to a store that has fabrics that you can buy. That's the best option. Otherwise, just pay attention to what other people are using, the colors, and then you can get small cuts, try them out, see if you like the color, and then find your favorites. And really, that's how I've found the ones that I really enjoy. But these are two different, they're called cross stitch keys, and this is the cross stitch key. This is a corner gauge. This is actually from It's So Emma, and this has a little bit more information on it, but it has the corner gauge here, and then it has a little ruler. It has kind of their recommendations for what type of needle you would use and how many strands. So this is a great tool to have. And these are all things that I have in my bag. And then this is a corner gauge. This one is specifically from Brick City, but pretty much every LNS sells these, and these are fun to pick up when you go to a different LNS to commemorate your visit to the LNS. So this is also helpful. These are pretty much the same, but I just have the one from Brick City. All right, then this goes into my scissors. Scissors are a complete personal preference and also come at all different price points. There are a pair, here's one. These are great scissors, and these are called Sweet Snips. These are from It's So Emma from Fat Quarter Shop, and these they're great scissors. I decided a couple months ago that I wanted to invest in some nicer scissors because I was having higher quality, so a little bit higher price point. scissors because I was having a problem with some of them. Like I would use them so much and then they would dull. So I decided to purchase a pair of Cohana scissors, and these are the ones that I have. And they just, something about when you cut, it's like butter. It's so nice. And I keep these in my bag that goes with me everywhere. So if scissors are your thing and you have a lot of scissors, or you just have one pair, having one pair of really nice scissors to me is worth it, because every time you go to cut your linen or cut your thread right close to the linen, these cut every time. I don't have to keep trying to cut. Like if you have some that get dull, which you can sharpen them, I don't really know how, but it makes a big difference. So if you're interested in investing in a pair, I highly recommend the Cohana. They are very hard to find because when places get them, they sell out. I know Colorado Cross Stitcher, she has some at some points. Treehouse Fiber Arts, Rachel, she gets some in. I think Hobby House gets them in. So those are all websites you could check to look for those. All right, in the rest of the things in my bag are, I also have some of these magnetic little hooks or magnets to hold fabric together, like when I have it in my hoop. I also use Wonder Clips, which I need to put some more in my bag, but I just have some of these. I have a Sharpie for writing on my floss tags and also some pencils. I have a measuring tape, a Lori Holt measuring tape. And let's just, I think that's everything. And oh, and then these are two other things. This came in a 3-pack, and I actually use this to put my orts in. These are plastic, and these are by Lori Holt. And like I said, it comes in a 3-pack. And I have found this to be really convenient to set by my chair. I also, and I'll show you in a minute, I've put this in my, like, I guess I'd call it your bag of tricks that I carry from project to project, or I have all my things in it that I use for all my different projects. This fits in there nicely, and it has a lid so you can put it on there. I know some people also, they make handmade little ort containers with the Pringles cans, and I haven't made those yet or know how to, but that's another idea, and they have those on Etsy too. But this has come in handy. And then this is one of my hole punches for my floss cards, and I also just recently got a square punch to use as well, but these are nice to punch the hole in the bottom of your floss tag to put your floss on. So I have this in my bag as well for if I'm putting a floss on the ring and I'm on the go. All right, then let me show you my bag. This is from Strawberry Quiltcake on Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop, and I'll link her shop below. But this is the Bionic Ultimate bag, I think is what it's called. So it's the larger bag, and you unzip. So this is how it looks like zipped up. And then you open it up, and it sits on your table like this. So you have all your little zipper pockets, and then also in between, like I have my floss, or not my floss, my needle book in between the pockets, and you can fit all kinds of stuff in here to take with you. So I have this loaded up, and then I just take this with me from project to project or wherever I'm going. And so I have this, and then I have my project bag, and I can open it up, and I have my scissors and all my different things. So whether you like this style or you have another bag that has all of your stuff in it, like your little things, it's a great idea to have in addition to your project bag with your actual project in it. Instead of, and this is what I did at the beginning, which there's nothing wrong, is I had scissors in every single bag. Like I had all the materials in every single bag. And then I was realizing that that was becoming quite costly. And then that's how I got into, let me just buy one nice pair of scissors and then I'll take that from bag to bag instead of having 15 pairs of the $5 scissors or whatever it was. So that's another idea. Okay, I'm just gonna start pulling from what's on my board so we don't get too long. This is the glue gun that I use for my finishing. This is a Sherman. It is a cordless glue gun. I really enjoy this. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. It is well used and loved. So that's a great investment. These are, and I don't have the top, but these are Dritz covered buttons shells. And this is a large pack I bought at Joann's, and I'll link this below. It does come with the whole kit, so it has the parts that you use to make it, but this is a great staple, whether you're using these for covered, or you're using the covered buttons to make needle minders, if you're using them to put on a finish. I also recently saw, while I was watching one of Lori Holt's videos, she put it on a ring and it was part of her floss ring. She had these. You can put them in jars. You can put them in the middle of crochet flower. You can use flowers. You can use these for so many things. So this is a great, this is a way to buy a big pack, but I'll link that below. This is the rotary cutter I use. This is an OLFA. And this is the smaller one, and I really enjoy using the, I think this is called the ergonomic. It doesn't say, but you can do it like this, and then it has the lock on it instead of the one where you push the blade down. So this is the one I prefer. Then in my bags, I like to use some kind of card to note what I'm using, my fabric and all that kind of stuff. You can use a plain note card. These are library cards I bought off of Amazon in a very, very large pack. So I will never run out of these. And then I first started, which I still like these, and I will probably buy some of these like to put on the back of my finishes, because it does come with the, it comes with the backing piece that you would stick to the back of your frame and the card. And these are the library cards by Lori Holt. But I enjoy these as well. So again, I mean, that's kind of a personal preference. And then I showed these recently. These are the labels that I started using. I haven't actually put them on yet, but I love how they turned out. They are by Emblem, and these are the iron-on, and this is what my label looks like. And I'm going to put these on some of my pillows. But this is a really great company to work with, so I highly recommend them. And I'll show the other hoop in a minute, and I'll make sure to link it, but this is one of the hoops I like to use. This is the Morgan hoop, and I believe this is the 7-inch. Of course, it doesn't have a number on it, but I'm pretty sure this is the 7-inch. And I also have been enjoying using the Nurge rectangle, and it's the small size. I also have the medium, but the small is what I'm finding is the most convenient. Okay, then now let's get into like stitchy setup kind of. So this is one of my loves and must-haves for a retreat, would be a stitching mat, and I'll link my tutorial or my measurements below. I will still be having a video tutorial coming out soon. I have not recorded that yet, but that's on my plans, hopefully to do in December. But this is my original stitching mat, and I have all of the measurements on my blog, and like I said, I'll put the link below for this. I also like at my table to use, and I have been using this not at a retreat, but just downstairs on my couch, is my wooden stand. This is from Chantel at 141 Design Company. And I glued on the front of mine, I glued some needle minders I made with the covered buttons. And then this was one that she had personalized for me. She has a plain one and she has one that says I love cross stitch on her website. And then in addition to this, I like to put my magnetic board. And this magnetic board, I believe, is from Stitch Etc. or Violets and Verses sells this. You also can buy just a plain magnetic board from Hobby Lobby, and I'll try to link that below. But it's nice because then I can put my needle minder on here and put my pattern and magnetize it, because on here there's no magnet. But if you don't need the needle minder, this makes the pattern set up perfectly fine. I also, and I forgot to bring it upstairs with me, I have my other pattern stand from Amazon, the metal one. I still love that as well, and I have that to use. Okay, then this is my lap desk, and I have been meaning to bring this to show on my video, and I keep forgetting. So I have stickers all over it, and I am planning on putting more stickers in the blank spaces. But this is the large lap gear desk, and you can see it has the one that has the handle. I don't think that the smaller one has the handle. This is the largest one that they have at Hobby Lobby, and I will put a link below. When I linked it before, it was only linking one color. So I have the black. I'm pretty sure they have it in pink, purple maybe, I forget, maybe a green or something, but it's the largest lap desk. That is really nice when I'm sitting on the couch. I can put my stand, I can put my phone, I can put whatever I want in my lap, and this desk comes in very nice, very handy. All right, let me move this stuff over. Oh, and this one more thing before I get into, I'm going to talk about project bags and show some that I have, which I have quite the stack. But I like to use, this is just one of my rulers. This is Creative Grids. These are my favorite type of rulers, and I'll link below. I know Fat Quarter Shop sells these. They have like a little bit of a friction on the back to friction pieces, no slip, so that when you set them on top of your fabric to cut your cross stitch fabric or your finishing fabric or whatever, it's not slipping. So these are my favorite rulers that I like to use.
Here's what I found.
Oh, sorry. All right, now just looking around, I think that's all of the things besides project bags. And what I decided to do is I grabbed one of all of the different makers that I have project bags from. I'm going to attempt to link them all below. We will see how that goes. If I can't link directly to their shops, I will put all of their names so that you have one place to find all of the bags makers that I own, which is a lot. So if you are not interested in project bags, this will be the end of the video. I'm going to take this to the end, but if you are, then I will have a lot of show and tell for you. All right, pretty much all of them have projects in them. But this is the first one. This is a vinyl front. This is from Como Stitches. And so it has a vinyl front. It's fully lined. It has a nice zipper. It's very well made. I highly recommend. All of these I recommend. So I'm not showing you any project bags that I don't recommend. This is Painted Leaf Co. And this is their medium size. They also have a larger size that has a handle on it, but this is one of my favorite. It has a, it's like some type of puff batting in the back. It's like really soft. So, and this is in the Teresa Kogut fabric. And I will also preface, some of these bags are older, and so they might not have the same print in the shop, but they'll have the same type of bag. All right, this is from Shiba Designs, and I will be having a giveaway with her things in 1 or 2 videos from now. So this is a really nice bag. I love the print. It has a little tag, or a little charm on the tag. So this is also a vinyl front, very well made. This is from the Atlanta Stitcher, and she's on Facebook, and I'll link hers. And this was a giveaway, or this was a not a giveaway. This was, she just was offering these special for my viewers at one point. This is a giant bag. It has all these patterns in it. But this is a really nice bag. It's completely, it's made out of like a decorator weight fabric. It's very nice, lined, no exposed seams, so great bag maker. This is one of my cases from, it was Chris Sherman, now it's Winding Rainbows. This is one of her cases that I have. This one happens to have the bobbins in it, so I think this is like the original. I forget what the first one was called. Now they have the Ashley that has over here a thread bed and a pocket and other things. So this has a small little thread bed over here. But she has a website and Etsy, and you just have to jump on these pretty quickly. But Chris Sherman and Winding Rainbows. This is from Olivia B, who is Hillside Rookery, I believe. And this is one from her. Oh, yep, here we go. Hillside Rookery, Olivia B. I have all my red sampler things in this bag. This is a bag I bought from Black Cat Stitchery, and I have another Halloween bag from her as well. This is one of the breast cancer ones. So Black Cat X Stitchery, great bag. Then these are 2 of the styles from Julie, who is J. Weston, and there's a couple numbers after, but her daughter Holly, who's Mrs. Jones Stitches, she's the one she sells the bags on her Instagram, and then Julie, her mom, is the one who makes them. And these are 2 different styles. This is one I bought with pumpkin applique, and then this one has the vintage spools, and this also has a handle with it. Another great maker. All right, this is Starry Owl Stitchery, and this was one of her Halloween bags, and it's the bag, again, fully lined, no exposed seams, and a little notions bag to go with it. And then this, which I'll have to grab too, my retreat tote. I forgot to bring that over, but this is from Tammy Blaylock, Creative Country Girl. And these are 2 of the bags. I have other ones as well. These are the smaller bags. And she also has on her zipper, she puts these plastic pulls or plastic holders so you can put what is in your bag. So you could write on a note card. She puts her card in here that you can write on as well. But these are 2 of the bags from her. This is from Tiffany, who is Stitching with the Twins, and they made this one special for me, but she does sell them sometimes. They have been dealing with her daughter's health and tests and stuff, so she hasn't had any for sale lately. But on Old Soul Stitcher on Instagram, she will sell bags, but this is one that they made for me. And the girls picked out the fabric. It's so cute. It has the cross stitches. Again, fully lined, great bag. This is a different style bag. This is one of the booklets, and this is from Punky's Place, Punky Pearls, and I'm pretty sure her name's Heather. This is one, and it has 4 different places to put patterns, and they're all vinyl pockets, so you could have 4 different projects in this case. This is, she does not have this pattern or this fabric anymore, but this is like my favorite one from her. This is from Blue Ribbon Designs, and this is a different style. It's all fabric, and it just has the one zipper at the top, but it's a really nice bag. All right. And then this is from Silver State Stitcher. Again, this is a vinyl front bag. It has, I believe, like a soft and stable in the back, so it's nice and sturdy. She also sells, with her bags, she sells floss keep, or like a notions bag and a floss little keeper. This is a bag from Fiddle Feathers, and I'll take the stuff out of here. This has an old project I want to work on. This, she makes them, and then she puts on the inside like some words, and I love this bag. I have a couple of these. But these, again, are great bags. And then this is one that I know everybody knows. This is Dot Dot Goose. Vinyl front. Nice bag. Then we have Farmhouse Needleworks. She has some great bags. Fully lined, and it also has a little floss friend, you could call it, I guess. All right, this is one of my new bags. This is called Big Stitch Bags, and I discovered this designer when I was at the Annabella's retreat. Someone had this bag. I thought it was so cute. It has a little handle, fully lined again. It comes with this little pouch, and then also this little, you can put your needle on here. I just attached it. I think it might be to put on your scissors, but super cute. This is from Tara, the 805 Stitcher. Another very nice bag. This is So Much to Love. This has some blue samplers in it. Her trademark with her blue heart. I love this bag because I love blue, as people know. This is a Buckleberry quilt bag. Again, very beautiful on the inside. Very, very well made. I can't say, and I probably should stop saying that, because everyone I'm showing you is so well made. And I very much appreciate it, because I do make some project bags for myself, and it's hard work. So, Michelle Lee Quilts. This is one of the bags I have from her. Hers are patchwork, and then it's quilted on a long arm and then sewn into the bag. So it has a design on the front of all of her patchwork, and then it's fully lined. This is the first project keeper I ever bought from Carrie at Tiger Lily. She does the vintage stitching. Sometimes she has patchwork ones as well. I buy the ones that have the double zipper pockets. Again, great quality. And then this is the last one, and this is from Joyful Stitching. Yes, Joyful Stitching. And let me pull out the other part. Oh, this has my beautiful This Is the Day in it. This is my Pink Houses one, which she might have some of the, I love this fabric. And the bag too. And a little notions, and she always puts with it like some floss and a little thank you. So much appreciated. And I love this too. And I've given away some of these bags as well before. So that is all of my, I just want to make sure, that's all of my favorite things, all of the things I like to use in my cross-stitching time and journey. And again, if there's anything that I meant or forgot to mention that I have in the past that you want to know the link to, leave it in the comments. I'm more than happy to link it as long as there's room in the description box, and I will try to link as much as possible. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video with all of my favorite things. I hope that you have a great Thanksgiving, which is when this will post. I hope you have a great start to December, and I will see you next Thursday, which is December 1st, for a regular episode of Floss Tube. Until then, have a great week and enjoy your stitching. Bye.